All right. Drum platform build. So, Saturday, this morning I was practicing my drum kit. We live on the 3rd floor and of a reinforced concrete apartment building, new building, built about 2 years ago, and soundproofing is pretty good, but the vibrations from the kick pedal and the hi-hat pedal thumping on the floor early Saturday morning pissed somebody off. They complained, and so I need to make a floating platform. I think that's what they call it. And how much money do I have? Well, even though I got paid this morning, but that went straight to the long-suffering Mrs. bank account, and I wasn't able to snag any of it off of her before she skedaddled. I've got 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 950. No, these are not dollars. 900, oh, see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,250, 60, 70, 80. 1,281. That's less than $1. So, I'm not going to stop practicing drums, obviously. So something's got to be done about this situation. And let me see here. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, I hope you like looking at Obama then, if you're going to be watching me. I look like Obama. Okay. He is a light-skinned black, right? So I guess, is he wearing a beard nowadays? I don't know. Anyway. So, less than $1 in my pocket, and I need to make a floating drum platform to dampen the low frequency vibrations going down through the concrete floor. So I go outside and I found some, well, this was, I believe, a bed that had been disassembled and the pieces cast into a pile. And this one I already had lying around. But these three I picked up this morning. And I think I should be able to, between these three that I just picked up and this board right here. Oh, hey, Josh. Yeah, I got a complaint from the downstairs neighbors practicing my kit this morning. So it's the first time it's happened, but I want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So what do they call it? A floating drum riser. Anyway, I found these three pieces of a bed that have been tossed, and I got this piece lying around, and I think I've puzzled out a way to put something together here. So I'm going to make it the size of my drum rug, which is 120 by 120 centimeters. And with these two pieces lined up like this, let me see, here's the tape. So from edge to edge this way, that's exactly 120. 120 and 120. With about a 3.3 centimeter gap in the middle. I don't necessarily need to fill that, but I will. I'll have to get a new stick of wood. But, so here's the plan. Okay, this will be the bottom. This will be the bottom of the platform. And this stick of wood, right here, I'm going to, okay, whatever. I'm going to zip off these pieces right here. These are going to be feet. I'll explain that in a second. This piece right here, I'm going to rip it lengthwise. And that's going to give me, this is 40 centimeters wide. So after the cut, it'll be a hair under 20 centimeters, two boards, a hair under 20 centimeters wide. I don't have to be like machine perfect with any of this. But roughly 20 centimeters wide. And this board is just a hair over 120. It's 120.5 centimeters. So I rip this lengthwise. Rip, that's a table saw term. I'm going to have to use a circular saw. But I'll have this into two boards. Turn these sideways so that one fits on this side and the other fits on that side. Making it a little bit longer in that direction than this direction, but it's no big deal. It's going to be like roughly 120 by 130. So, how to join this board here and that board there. I'm going to rip this one lengthwise, and these will be roughly 9 centimeters wide a piece. And I'm going to use them like so, about 4.5 centimeters on either side to join these two boards. And then this one kind of like sticking out over the side, I'll put these little pieces in the corners just to support the corners, and we'll see if my plan works out. Josh, okay, man, great. The trolls are out. Awesome. I welcome trolls. I got no problem with trolls. I understand the joy of trolling. I'm a shit poster myself. Welcome one and all. Welcome trolls. Welcome to the Obama show. I am the real Obama. I'm in hiding under witness protection, and yeah, don't try to come up on me in my compound here. I've got Secret Service agents all around the perimeter of this place. Don't even try to come up on me here, okay? All right, so hey Josh, I thought, you do a lot of build videos with your trommels and stuff. I thought, why not just stream this, and if I cut my finger off, it'll be a good show for everybody. Why not just feed the general mental illness and dysfunction of the world, even a little bit more. All right. So there's the plan, and now I got some cutting to do. So and then the whole thing is going to sit on slabs of this foam, which I haven't decided. I could get, let me see, I'm thinking in inches for this thing because it's pretty high density foam, 32 inches long. So I could get 16 2-inch slabs out of it, and distribute those along the bottom. Think like 2 inches, or maybe fewer that are thicker. I don't know, but sort of like make a footprint with those around the base of it. So that's the plan. Josh, you got any input? I'm not going to cut my finger off, but here, if I cut my finger off, it's going to be with this damn chisel. Okay. This was a bed. This was furniture. It came with these little these cheap ass plastic handles. It's amazing they never broke. So I gotta dig this last one out here. And then I'll commence cutting. All right. There's that. There we go. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the jig to cut these corner feet off of this board here. Warming up. Warming up. Don't get your blood spray lost up yet. Okay. I am a little bit out of practice, but all right. Reach. Okay, so those will be feet, and nothing has to be perfect. I just need little squares of wood to park under the corners. I can get 3 cuts out of this before I lose leverage, and I'll just use the jab saw. Finish those later. Okay, now I'm going to start with this board right here. So thanks, Josh. No, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I get it. You know, people work hard all week. They want to sleep in, and maybe they're hungover. Maybe they got a headache, and they hear this infuriating boop 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 from the ceiling. And you know, I've been playing that kit for, I don't know, 3 months maybe now, and I haven't got a complaint yet. So I'm not getting bent out of shape about it. We have a business here in our home. Want to be good neighbors, you know. Want to keep things copacetic, right? So, yeah, no worries, no worries. Okay, so let me see. So Josh, is the trommel finished yet? It's been a few days since I saw an update. I'll check to see if you responded here in a minute. Okay, 18.4, so I'm going to mark it at, it doesn't really matter. Again, nothing has to be too perfect here. 9 point. Let's see, the circular is like 3 millimeters wide, I believe, so 18.4, 9 point, I'll just mark it at 9.1, 9.2. How's the trommel coming? Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if it works. I have questions about this foam. I looked it up online. Some dudes are saying cement, like cinder blocks. It's got a lot of air. It's pretty dense, but it still has a lot of air in it. So I don't know enough about the physics of it, acoustics, to really know what I'm doing. But this is the best thing I've got. I've got less than $1 in my pocket, and this is what I got lying around, so I'm going to give it a shot. If the foam doesn't work, I could always try something else under the platform. But the main thing is to get the platform built, and then I can try different things, you know. So, okay, 18.4 and 9 and just a little. 9 and a hair. Okay. And unfortunately, I don't have a straight edge. I don't have a straight edge that long. So I used this as a straight edge to mark the line for this cut. So been meaning to get a meter stick. And I was lucky to find a big old bag of screws. That was pissing me off because, well, I had meant to buy a big bag of screws a few weeks ago and didn't for whatever reason. And I thought I wasn't going to have enough of these, but then I was digging around in the shed, and I found a big old bag of screws that are just the right length. But they're going to need to be countersunk. That's cool. I've got a drill for pilot holes and a drill for countersink. I'll just wing it with this as a straight edge. Apply a little bit of pressure and all right. Good enough. Good enough, good enough. Got a straight line. Okay, now for another thing that I suck at, which is cutting with a circular saw. Not my forte. I never did carpentry work. You think so? Man, let me see what else she said. Let's see. Air is good. Oh, air is, yeah. I guess air is better than solid. Okay. Looking to hook it up right now. Going to hook the battery up soon. Hopefully I don't blow. Yeah, I hope you don't blow yourself up too. You know way more about electricity than I do. Right? I trust you got it. Let's see. Another idea is that if the platform doesn't work out, brick pallets, maybe with foam in between compound layers. Is, yeah, well, I mean, I'll have an actual drum riser in my room. That'd be really funny. I wonder if I'll drum any better. You know, like being elevated and looking down on my room. There'd be like a psychological, you know what I mean? Always possible, I guess. Now, this is going to be tricky. I suck with a circular saw. I can never cut it straight. It doesn't have to be straight. It's just that, I don't know. just, I want to make sure I don't like saw into my table. All right. I'm not going to overthink it. And do I have enough clearance? Yeah. It's going to be tricky. Okay, I've got clearance. Yeah, I know I should have a better setup, but it's just one cut. 2 cuts actually, but who's counting? All right, 2 boards. They go like this and like that. So anchor them into these pieces, and then this one, rip lengthwise, those 2 pieces will anchor on to these, right? And then downward pressure will be, the force of downward pressure will be taken care of by the edges of the wood pieces pushing together like that, and then the outward force will be transferred into the screws, perpendicular, enough screws, it'll be fine. Just gonna vacuum real quick. Okay. And all right. So anyway, Josh, don't let me keep you. You got to get that trommel going, dude. But thanks for stopping by. I was hoping you would. You know. Gonna have the same issue here, but just one cut, I'll get away with it. Although, when this board drops, it's pretty heavy actually. I'm gonna put a couple of chairs underneath. To catch it. I was really fortunate to find these furniture pieces because it is raining. The monsoon is actually upon us now, although it's not like really, it's not heavy rain, but it's been raining and everything's wet. And this is laminated, whatever, probably laminated particle board, but But I found it, the water's beaten right off of it. Just dried it up and it's ready to go. So my first thought was to get some old pallets, like an old pallet or two. But those would have been soaked. I would have had to dry them out for a couple of days. Chilling with goats staring. Man, I wish, you know, Josh, grass is always greener, right? And I'm very lucky that I don't live. I feel very fortunate that I don't live in the city. And I'm right on the edge of the countryside, you know? Like I can walk 3 minutes in that direction and I can be out in the middle of farms. But I can't have chickens, I can't have goats. I had a bunny rabbit, but he's gone. I miss him. Okay, I got clearance, I'm going for it. I hope she doesn't come home anytime soon. She's not going to be happy with all this dust. So, all right. Not the best cut in the world, but it'll do. So, like this. I know what I need to do. Right, like, so I thought I had some steel plates that I could use to do this, but they're all 45 degrees angle braces. I don't have any flat braces, so this is going to have to do. So now you see why I need those little feet for the corners over here. Like one for this corner, one for this corner, and one for the middle, just to support that extra weight coming off the ends, right? So those are the basic cuts. That part's pretty much done. Just gonna stay on top of my vacuuming here. Yeah, I still miss Chance, man. I mean, every living thing in the universe is ultimately food for something. And it's a rabbit. I used to shoot them and skin them and chop them up and eat them. But everything also, even a little hamster has got more going on inside of it than you think. Hey, Josh. I'll tell you a funny story. Many moons ago, we lived in another apartment about the same size, older building. And in the older buildings, they had these, we had two enormous verandas, one on the north side, one on the south side. And, and the one on the south side had these kind of garden beds, like built in concrete garden beds. And I tried growing stuff there, but there just wasn't enough sunlight in the summer. And I wasn't willing to start, like do grow lights and all that shit. So one day I was out at the pet market. There's a pet market. There's a market for everything in Asia, And just on a whim, I picked up these two baby ducklings. One was yellow and the other one was black. And I don't know what got into me. I just saw them and I'll take them. And I took them home, and my wife was just like, what the hell are we going to do with these? I said, they're going to live out in the veranda, in the little garden, the concrete garden bed area. And that's what I did. And I made a water park for them. I even got like an actual pond filter. It was oversized for the project, but I found a good deal on a pond filter. It had like several stages of filtration with like the ceramic cubes or ceramic, kind of like foam peanut, like short tubes made of ceramic. Yeah. And I raised them until they were full grown, and they were hilarious. They were absolutely hilarious. They were good pets. And I made a water slide, and they would like climb up to the top of the water slide, and they would just do it over and over and over again. They would have fun. Yeah, and then that was in the early spring, and then by the time like July, August rolled around, and no. So they were full grown. It was getting into like September, and we were opening up the windows to let the dry autumn air in, and then everybody could hear them quacking. They'd start quacking at like 6 a.m, and they had to go to an old folks home, people's old folks home. Like an old folks home, like what they call a silver town here, and they had like a little place on the property for like animals, so the old people could look at the animals, and the ducks went to live there. At first, I didn't believe. She's like, they're going to a good place. Like, that's what they're telling you. Your friends are telling you they're going to be eaten. She's like, no. And we went to visit them a few times, and it was legit. But anyways, that's my duck story. That's my duck raising story. All right, so there's my rest time. And now I'm not going to measure things. I'm just going to eyeball it pretty much. So I reckon 3 screws. Do 5 and 5. And then, and they're not long enough to poke up through the top, so I'm not going to bother flipping it over. And let me see. Yeah, they're not long enough to poke through, so I'll just do it from the bottom to the bottom up. Yeah, it's good they weren't eaten. Anyway, okay. So let me get out my this drill is over 20 years old, and the speed choke is broken. It's only good for drilling holes. So I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to use the bit chuck on this. Or no, I'm going to use a. What am I thinking? I'll use a Phillips head. Just to, all right, first drill pilot holes and then, okay. All right, that's good right there, just where it's starting to tip off. And, okay. All right. I better get one in just to anchor it. I'll do that near the center. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right about there should be fine. And okay. Okay. Hold that down there. And get this in. Plug it in. And right on. Get this guy in here. And then it's anchored. What am I doing? What am I doing? Get all Twitter pated. Here we go. There it is. Good. Okay, so just rinse and repeat. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Okay, now I gotta get another one anchored. There it goes. All right. Good, good, good. And so far, so good. So Josh, the last I saw on that trommel build, you were going over the specs of the motor. And as I recall, like you were pretty confident that it would be up to the work, up to the task. Have you gotten any I don't know, curveballs with that? Yeah, that's nice and solid, nice and sturdy. Henry. Hi, Henry. You're right, Henry. I'm a moron, and I'm not used to doing my own work. And when I do my own work, it tends to be shoddy and subpar. And I'm not much good at anything, Henry. And I'm the first to admit that. So, feel free to state the obvious, Henry. Maybe you have a need to sort of reinforce your self-worth and your intelligence by stating the obvious. I am the last person to claim that I'm skilled or intelligent in any way. And it's a source of endless frustration for me, Henry. So, since you're here, buddy, maybe you could give me some pointers. Tell me how I could be doing it better, because I'm always grateful for criticism and what do you call it? So I can't even remember words right, Henry. For ridicule. I'm grateful for it. Keeps me honest. But until I get back to you, Henry, I'm just gonna kind of keep on doing what I'm doing here. But I'll probably kick myself, because you're gonna tell me something that I'm overlooking right now, and by the time I go to check on what you've had to say, I'll have missed it, and I'll be kicking myself. What are you working on, Henry? What are you building? You building a Tony Stark suit? Let's see. No, seriously, I am a moron. I admit it. I'm a moron. I do moronic things all the time. Hopefully I'm not doing anything so moronic now that it's going to ruin the whole project, but we'll see. Okay. We'll see. haven't drilled into my own table yet that I built. There's a plus. Not only built it, but it used to be twice as big. I actually downsized it. It's got a steel box frame. Each leg is 10 centimeters square. All right, get distracted. I tell you, Josh, if they don't ridicule you for your kung fu, they'll ridicule you for your build skills. Funny enough, I haven't had anybody like ridicule me about my horrible drumming. Maybe musicians are the least trollish people that there are. All right. Well, there we go. And it's a little bit too late now, but I did measure before I did this, and that's still exactly 120. And that is still exactly 120. Okay, so now I can turn this over. Or no. Better. The way this is going, I don't think I should have to, I don't think this is going to go on too much longer. Okay, so, right, this table is not totally level. It's not supposed to be totally level. This table is not planed or sanded. It's intended to be a school desk where all the kids have notebooks and crafts can be done on it. So I'm not working on a perfectly level surface here with this. On average, it was across the table, it was level. But in this case, well, let me think. I could try shimming it with I don't know. What do you think, Josh? Joshua Sims. Hey, Joshua Sims. I'm sorry if I don't mean to keep you waiting too long. But see, I have an electronic drum kit in my bedroom studio. This is about a 15-story rebar reinforced concrete building in South Korea, and it's a new building. The soundproofing is pretty good, but Saturday morning, playing the kit, somebody heard some thumping in the apartment below, and I got a complaint. And so I'm building a drum riser, a drum kit platform, basically, and it's going with materials that I found in my neighborhood because I don't have any money in my pocket right now. And this this bit of high density foam that I found a long time ago, which is going to be cut into slabs, and this platform is going to sit on these slabs of foam, and we're going to see if that will dampen the low frequencies that are going down through that concrete floor. And that's what I'm building. Yeah, it's roughly 120 by 120 centimeters. I don't even know what that is in inches anymore. What is that in inches now? I've been in Korea so long, I've like switched to meters. If I was making furniture, I'd be doing inches, but 120 centimeters, that's about just under 4 feet. Like 47 and a quarter inches square, basically. So now I've got to attach this board on this end and side, and this board on that side, anchor them into this piece of wood here. And then I've got some feet for the corners right there, like that, just to support the extra weight, keep it from buckling. It's pretty much almost done. I just this table is I would like to attach these two pieces the same way, screwing from the bottom up, because this is the bottom of the platform, but there's a gap here because this table isn't meant to be perfectly level, because it's a school desk table, basically. I'll be right back. So this towel right here might just work as a shim. Might just serve the purpose. That might be a little bit thick. Try it like that, and there we go. There we go. There. Almost. I'll fold it one more time. Yeah, that should work. Yeah. There we go. Get it flush. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Okay. Yeah. Thought so. All right. I have to slide them in together. There. That's. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Oh man. Okay. Yep. No use being too precious about it. It's going to be a drum carpet going over it anyway, so it doesn't have to be pretty. All right. Let's get it anchored. And yeah, trolls, God love them. When you're not on the receiving end of it, it can be pretty entertaining. It'll also be a lot of fun to do, for deserving targets. I've done a fair bit of it myself. That's the world we live in. Trolls. Okay. I'm just going to finish this side right here before I take a coffee break and look at the chat window again. I don't mean to be disregarding anybody. But, you know, this is inspired by my buddy Josh, Soundacre Studio. I don't know if Josh is still in the chat, but whenever Josh builds something, and Josh is a very talented man. He's a talented musician, and a smart guy all around, a good builder, a good contriver, a good backyard engineer, you know. Engineering the way that it should be done, the way it used to be done. Using your brain, using your intuition, common sense, gut knowledge, experience with physics, you know? You had to have been a kid without helicopter parents. You had to have, you know, wiped out, busted your chin, your nose, your elbows, your knees, busted everything up, building bike ramps, designing dirt bike courses, stuff that you're not allowed to do anymore if you're a kid. And that's where you learn physics. That's where you learn how to engineer shit and get a sense of what's going to work and what's not going to work. Anyway, Soundacre Studio. Josh, you can see he was talking at least earlier in the chat. And Josh is, you go subscribe to his channel. You want to watch somebody with real abilities build. He's building trommels for exploration. I am honored to know him. Subscribe to his channel, Soundacre Studio. And if you're into music and if you're a musician, a struggling musician, as I am, there we go. Maybe subscribe to my channel. I have musical projects that I work on. These days I'm trying to figure my way out around a drum kit so that I don't have to rely on drum loops and program drum parts all the time. You guys, Josh is a savant. He's not playing music as much these days. He's focused on other worthy pursuits. But if you can catch him doing a musical cast, to give you some idea, one night, Josh, I just wanted to affectionately strangle you. One night, Josh sits down and he makes an impromptu album. What was it called, Josh? Midget at Sea? The Dwarf at Sea? Something like that? It had a story, and it was musical, and he just made it up as he went along. The whole story. it was a good story. Like it could have been like an old classic Disney movie type of story. A little bit of just enough dark humor and the music was great. But I didn't. If I had seen Josh when he first started it, I would have got it going on my computer and had it going in OBS. I would have recorded it, the whole thing. But I only caught like the last 45 minutes of it, and I was in my car somewhere, and Josh didn't record it because to him that's just something that you might do on a Saturday evening. It was brilliant. Sorry, Josh. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Josh plays he's got a real Hammond organ. I don't know, what model is it, Josh? I forget. Is it a B70? I don't know anything about the models. He's got Hammond organs. He's got guitars. He plays guitar. He plays drums. And he's just a nifty person all around. Okay. My name is Matt, by the way. Matt. Lean Bear is just my, my nom de guerre. I appreciate you guys being here, keeping me company. This is almost done, really. This went quicker than I expected, and without a hitch, pretty much so far. Put these first two screws in. Oh, it drifted just a tiny bit. Oh well. Not too much. The other screws will make their way in. Okay. No problem. No problem. So, I assume some of you might be in America. I hear there's a heat wave going on there. My friend Brian in Eastern Kentucky says it's been pretty oppressive, the heat and the humidity. One guy I watch is upstate New York, and it's like, he had to go out and buy a new air conditioner. It's so hot up there, he said. Okay. This is just about done. Just about done. I think. No, actually, I have to cut the foam, so. But the platform itself, there it is. It's all in one piece. And now I've just got these, now this is why I had these, and I got to find them now because they've been kicked around, but little pieces off of this same piece of wood for the corners. Right here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one for each corner, and then one for the middle right there. So I just need to, I don't know, I need to zip these real quick. But, well, I guess what I'm going to do is take a break. But let's see what it looks like right side up. And then I'll do another stream. Cutting the foam, that's going to be tedious and boring. Nobody wants to watch that. But okay, get this towel out of the way, and yeah. Okay, there we go. So there's a stick of wood I can get at the lumber yard that's just exactly this size to create equivalent of a 2x2, 2 centimeter, well, 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter. Not that it's really necessary. Just got to pull these plastic things out right there, but that's pretty much it. Once I get these corners, these end flaps braced by these things, it should be stable. Get the foam pieces under it, put them on top of the foam pieces, and then practice drums for an hour and see if I get a call from the management office. So there we go. Hey, Brian! Brian in the house. Good to see you, brother. Oh, Josh, you don't have to talk good about me just because I was talking good about you. Because I mean every word I say, Josh. You know I love you, brother. And I've got so much admiration for your talents and abilities. I know you're just taking a much needed, everybody's got to play. All artists have to go off and do other things. You got to go on sort of non-musical adventures. You got to be Don Quixote once in a while. Go tilt at windmills. Now, I'm not saying that your gold mining is tilting at windmills. I'm not saying that at all. No, I think you're going to find gold, and I think it's going to be successful. I'm just saying it's important to go and live other parts of life and have adventures, and then you bring that. It'll refresh your mind and get you back into the mood to make music again. And you're gonna come back stronger than ever before. It just occurs to me that these 6 blocks around the edges, it's fine, but I'm gonna want some like flat steel braces here, just for good measure. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means I gotta go to the hardware store, which means I gotta wait until the long-suffering Mrs. gets back from hanging out with her sister. I did get paid today, so I've got money coming. But it went to her bank account. So anyway, that's my build so far. Thanks for keeping me company, and thanks for the laughs. Thanks to the trolls even. Oh, Brian, I sent you a message in the Discord chat, brother, that I got a complaint about my drumming, the sound, even the electronic kit, the bass, the kick drum pedal, and the hi-hat pedal, bump, thump, thump. So I made this platform. I just went out and found some. This is pieces of a bed that somebody threw away, and I put them together into. This is the drum carpet is 120 by 120 centimeters, and this is actually going to end up being longer than wide, but that's okay. 120 by probably 140. Yeah, 120 by 140. And remember this high density foam? It's going to go into cushions that this is going to sit on. And hopefully this is going to absorb the energy from the kick pedal and the hi-hat pedal. And I won't get any more complaints. So that's what's going on. Well, we'll see. I was talking about, backyard engineering, or in this case, like living room engineering, and the life that, you gotta have had a good life as a kid, building like bike ramps that went awry. You got to have crashed and busted yourself up a fair bit. Get an intuitive understanding of physics, right? So this is where I'm not totally sure about it. Okay, air is better than solid. This is pretty dense foam, but it's still mostly air. I don't know, what percentage would it be? By weight, it would be more solid than air. By volume, I don't know. But it's what I have on hand. I've got less than $1 in my pocket, so I'm working with everything I've got on hand. This is what I have on hand. This is the first experiment. But this is going to be the platform. If the foam doesn't work, I'll try something else, or as Josh was suggesting, maybe concrete bricks in conjunction with the foam. We'll see how tall this thing gets. I might need a step ladder to get up onto it by the time I'm done. But I'll be darned if I'm not going to be able to practice drums in my own home. So that's where this is going. So I'm going to end the stream now and just do tedious, boring stuff like pulling these little plastic feet out, prying these out, and I've got a very long, sharp Japanese knife that I'm going to use to slice this foam. That's boring and tedious and not fun to look at. So thanks for the support, guys. A reciprocating saw for what? For the foam? All I have is the all I got is a circular saw and a jigsaw and an angle grinder. That's all I have left. I used to have a chop saw. No, it's going to have to be like the Ginzo knife. I've used it before. It works. Works fine. Anyway, well, Jap saws, I've got Jap saws, but the teeth are, I don't have anything fine tooth enough. It would just rip this all to, it would just rip huge crumbs out of it, Maybe a hacksaw, but I've used this long Japanese kitchen knife with success on this in the past. Doesn't make a perfect cut, but good enough. So anyway, Brian and everybody else, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to sign off, have a coffee, and I guess I'll do another stream when it's done. And I'm ready to put it in the room. And I've got another shag carpet. I forgot. That's also part of the equation. I've got a big shag carpet that's going to go under it as well. So I'll do another live stream when the build is nearing completion. Thank you for watching. And so long from lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. Over and out.